I always loved any kind of fiber work I could get my hands on. I taught myself how to knit and crochet before I was 10 years old. As I grew up, I also taught myself embroidery, crewel work, needlepoint, bargello, macrame, and I learned to sew well enough to make my own prom dress. As an adult, I lived in New York City for 20 years, first as a professional dancer and then working in publishing at Condé Nast. In those years, I had very little time or space to pursue my fiber work. Then, after getting married and having a child and leaving the city, I had more time and space and learned to spin, weave, make baskets, and finally traditional rug hooking. I really totally fell in love with rug hooking, though, and have focused on it for the past 18 years. When my daughter was growing up, I made a small room in my house into a studio. I wanted it to be easy to go in and out as the activities of the day went on. That way I could hook while she was inside. I could see the bus coming to drop her off after school. I could hook again while she was doing her homework, and could always take respite in the view of the Amwalk Reservoir from my window. This became my routine, and now that my daughter's grown up, I still hook almost every day, looking out at the water. Even my dog sleeps in a basket full of wool in the studio while I hook. I work from both outward and inward inspiration. Every single piece I've ever designed is from a personal memory, experience, dream, or combination of inspirational images that have crossed my path. These ideas resonate with me in an identifiable, logical way, and they give me that electric hum of excitement when I work on them. Whether I'm working from outer or inner inspiration, I need to get that feeling from the idea in order to work on the piece. The result isn't really that important to me. It's the process of creating the piece through the many steps. The idea, the design, transferring the design, gathering all the fibers together, dyeing the colors I need, cutting, hooking, critiquing, reworking, finishing, and binding. That's what fascinates me. I don't always end up with exactly what I envisioned, and that interests me too. I do not believe in overthinking it or overworking it. I just want to learn more with each effort and then move to the next project. Doing this work is one place in my life where I feel no fear, and I'm ready to try anything. Traditionally, hooked rugs were made mostly with wool for its warmth, strength, and repellent properties. I follow that tradition by using mostly wool strips, but since the rugs I make now aren't meant to be on the floor, but on the wall, I've come to incorporate lots of other more delicate materials. Besides wool strips, I now use cotton, silk, roving, fleece, hand-spun yarn, commercial yarn, cut-up sweaters, metallic fibers, paper, film, leather, bicycle streamers, and whatever else I find that can be pulled up through the backing to create the effect I want. I also use natural and synthetic dyes on the silk and wool to create the colors that I need. There's science showing that textile art is received by the viewer in a different way than fine art, and a different part of the brain is stimulated when viewing a textile. It appeals to the senses, especially touch, and gives a feeling of warmth and familiarity before the brain even registers the visual image. That subconscious, natural connection to warmth and love is what I believe textile arts and their practitioners carry and spread through this world. It is the true tactile World Wide Web.